Down over President Trump's demand for more control over the Panama Canal and his Secretary of State's first overseas mission. Marco Rubio brought an ultimatum to Panama's president over the weekend, saying the country must reduce Chinese influence there.
You know, about 36 ships pass through this canal every day. In the morning, they head north, as this one's going right now, towards the Atlantic. In the afternoon, they come at us towards the Pacific side here in the south. And it's become a major focus of the early days of the Trump administration as the president has raised national security concerns and suggested the U.S. might need to retake control.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio came to Panama with a warning. The increased presence of Chinese companies and interests along the Panama Canal is a threat, and the U.S. could take measures necessary to protect its rights unless changes are made. But after meeting with Rubio, Panama's president insisted his country's sovereignty is not in question. Completed by the U.S. in 1913, President Jimmy Carter signed a treaty that gave Panama control of the canal in 1999. It's a deal President Trump has repeatedly questioned, including again last night.
We're going to take it back or something very powerful is going to happen.
On the southern end of the canal, there's this port managed by a Hong Kong-based company with signs of early construction of a new bridge being built by a Chinese firm.
And if the government of China in a conflict tells them shut down the Panama Canal, they will have to.
That's why Rubio made Panama his first stop, trying to reassert U.S. influence.
This 51-mile canal is critical to cutting the cost of shipping goods around the world and cutting costs for American consumers. A ship going from New York to San Francisco takes about 11 days if it passes through the canal. Without it, it would take nearly a month. One encouraging sign for Secretary Rubio. After his meeting with Panama's president, the president announced that his country is canceling infrastructure projects with China in the coming years. His tour, the secretary's, continues in the coming days. From here this morning, he's headed to Costa Rica, then El Salvador, Guatemala, and the Dominican Republic. The rest of the trip focused primarily on controlling immigration across the Western Hemisphere.